Alright, I've got my 8S F-22 sitting in front of me. I've heard a lot about the front retract and how it's, likes to rip out and stuff like that. Probably has a lot to do with the screws that they're mounting these retracts in. It's really kind of cute. These are the screws that mount your retracts, your front retracts, into the plane. Okay? Now, this is awful. I mean, this is just, the plane is amazing, but this is awful. This is terrible foresight. Hindsight should have really had a change made by this point. However, if anybody hasn't seen the RC Informer's idea to sturdy up the F-14 front landing gear for grass ops, I've applied that same principle to the F-22. Okay, so what I did was I took a 6x32 screw, 2 inches, drilled it straight through the mounting holes of the retract, all the way up through the styrofoam, and then put a little piece of quarter-inch ply, half quarter-inch ply to sturdy everything up. So hopefully, I don't think I'm going to have any problems with my retracts, because again, this is what you're replacing that little itty bitty screw with a big one, right? And you use a washer and a lock nut, or a washer and a nut with some Loctite on it, so it doesn't back out, right? Now that's a good bit of styrofoam in there. It isn't the most styrofoam I've ever seen in a nose section of a jet. However, it should be enough if you're landing somewhat smooth. This shouldn't be an issue for you. However, if it is an issue and you rip your retracts out completely, you're buying yourself a new fuse. So, just thought I'd share. Again, it's pretty simple stuff. Just goes down into the old, can I see it? Just mount it right up through the regular screw holes, right? Drill it nice and slow, because this is a bigger screw or a bigger bolt, and it is going to heat up that plastic as it goes through. So if you do it too fast, you're going to melt the plastic, and then you're going to make getting the nut on at the end extremely difficult. All right, so nice and smooth, slow goes it, and it'll literally drill right out of the top of the styrofoam in a perfect direction. So what I did was I took the metal housing that goes over the metal mounting that goes over the retract itself. I took that, set it on top of the plywood, and I screwed my screws in. Then I unscrewed my screws, drilled out the holes nice and good, and then that way when the screws come up through there, it slides over. You don't want to have to screw these screws through this wood, because that's very difficult and you'll end up stripping your screws out. However, if you what am I calling it? If you bore the hole out, then this will slit right down on these screws, and you just go ahead and tighten them up and you're good. All right, so I hope this helps. I haven't seen anybody else do a video for it, but that's basically it. Have a good one.